this man is watching me, I need to behave well, or if I'm tired, I need to tell him. If you don't tell me, I will be looking. The last year, I will know you are no longer interested. And year 4, I'm not investing. You are the one investing on yourself. Again, at the end of the 5th year, I know you are gone. But I'll make sure I did not lose money. It's business. The way artist A behaves, different from the way artist 2 will behave. At the end of the 5 year, we now sit down and the call will be from you as an artist. You now sit down and say, okay, you know what? I want us to work together. Once you say that, I know the next thing will be negotiation. I know the next thing is that you want more money for your performance because you have worked. It's normal. Somebody worked with you for 5 years at 30% revenue and some other percentage. You know that he's going to ask for more. You give him. But in a scenario where the situation is 30%, I mean like 40%, you're now dividing the 40% to 20%. You want to earn half of what you are earning above what you are earning. It makes no sense. And you now argue back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You knew that he's going to do that. Then you let him go. One, you don't have any money. It's not owing you money. He's gone. It's popular. He's gained his popularity. He's done shows. He paid you. You collected your percentage. He's also collected his own percentage. He moves on. But each artist is different. Look at KC. I signed KC for 1 year. 1 year contract from Nigerian breweries. And we ended up spending 4 years. 4 good years. Because he's a good man. Alongside with his partner, Fresh. They were good. Good musically, good human relations. Idris Abdul Karim, I'd never signed anything with him. After the expiry of the first contract, and he still worked with Kenny's music, and I love is the way he works. I'm a very straightforward man. You can come in, hold your like that, and talk to me. You are saying sense. Than somebody that will come in and say, okay, welcome, let us pray. You will pray at the back end. I know you are BSing me. You know, I know the way you work with you so that we can gain whatever you want for your business. That's the way it is. Your attitude will showcase if the agreement is going to turn well or not. But if you are talking with an artist and another person is talking with the artist, throwing money in front of the artist, throwing a lot of money, you know you are going to lose.
Yeah.
The best is to let him go. And you still be friends, you be colleagues, he will respect you, you also will respect him. There's no fight. Because you work according to your contract. He just came because he's bigger from the way he started from you. You allow him to go and you keep on working. So that's why I said every person is different. And again, it depends on that particular person. And you must have identified his attitude, way of work. If he's going to sign, 3 years after he signed, then you now determine whatever you are going to do. After the 3 years, you will be getting ready that this one is not going to stay. Or this one is going to guide you for the future.
Yeah. So I want to really appreciate you for not just coming on the show, but also extending the audience of this show on your radio station. I want to really appreciate you for that. You see, this is a conversation that a lot of artists need to listen to. A lot of also record label or intending investors in our industry need to listen to, because we cannot continue this way. We have to find a way to fix the artist problem, and we have to find a way to fix the record label problem. I like that Neola came on and Casey came on as well, and Derek came on. They spoke from the artist and label point of view, and it helped. It helps, you know, kind of shaping the conversation we're having. We're going to have another of this conversation on Saturday, and on Saturday we're going to try to bring in more artists that would be part of this conversation. And if you are available, sir, I would really like you to come in briefly on Saturday to just, you know, what you're doing is, yes, you listen to everybody talk, but there's something that we're not here to argue, but we are here to put conversations together that will help us understand where the issue is. You see, Neola made a very, very, very strong point. There are labels that don't listen to their artists, and it's wrong, right? And there are artists that don't listen to their record label. So we need to understand that partnership is communication. You understand?
Absolutely.
Darius said something about people who hail you to poverty. It's a very strong, it's a very strong, and a lot of artists, that has happened to them in this industry. People
absolutely.
Hail them. Sir?
I said absolutely.
Yeah. So Obi Esikat said something about he said we need secure channels for distribution, pricing, product, and position. You know, so I've been taking a lot of notes from everyone, and I feel like this conversation is broad. We need to keep having it from different parts of what we are doing. If we can start with how to set up a record label. Kenny's Music has been in existence for a long time. Why not go to Kenny's Music and say, okay, you know what? Instead of me to start up a record label, right? Why not? Let's do it this way. I'll use the people that already currently work for you, right? To power my record label. And I know that my record label is tied to Kenny's Music, or my record label is tied to Chocolate City, or it's tied to Storm Record. You know, different things. So let's agree that this is how it, okay. So since we don't have, you say, okay, I don't have money to pay A&R, I don't have money to pay this. It should be a conversation that is, since you already have an A&R department in your company, right? How can we, as a new company or as a new record label, coming on and saying, okay, this is what we want to do. How can we find a way, right? A proper level playing ground, where a strategy, a structure where we can actually work properly, and all labels are actually tied to different record labels. That is what we are looking for, and that is what I believe that after this conversation, we'll start from the beginning. The beginning is setting up the record label. Okay. Because once the record labels are set up properly, and once we have partnership properly, and once we partner properly, most of the issues artists are having with record labels will reduce. You know, and that's why I said we start having these conversations, and we'll continue. I'm just going to bring Audu on to close this conversation this night, and then we get ready for Saturday. Thank you so much, sir, for coming, because you really gave us real, you know, sir?
I was thanking you for bringing me on, and of course, thank you for the job you are doing. I hope people were able to learn from us, and again, learn from the whole structure. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Audu, please kindly come in and close tonight. Come and give us closing prayers, please. Audu, you need to give us closing prayer. You've heard everything we've said, but you need to give us. We need to tie up this bag of conversation today and hang it somewhere so we can revisit it on Saturday.
Yes. So let us close our eyes in prayer. It's very important time. And pray for the industry. But just to round up, I think there's some key nuggets that we need to go home with. The first thing is that it is a partnership. That means two people talk, is a conversation, and that is a way we can resolve our crises. Number two, relationships between record labels and artists is like marriage. If you treat your partner well, and if you're lucky, it may she or he may not cheat. But sometimes, like other marriages, people will cheat. The question then is, follow the process of the law to get your divorce, and don't just walk around the streets and be shouting and screaming. There's something that Casey said that is very, very important. I didn't know that Casey had this record label background from his father. So now I understand why there's so much, so much brilliance in what he does. But there's something he said, and I think that this is the problem across every sphere of creative industry endeavor in Nigeria, whether it be film, music, or fashion. Have you noticed that all the designers that we have, they're busy selling to top people, but they don't sell to the masses?
Yeah.
Have you noticed? Imagine if everybody could afford a My Atafel suit at 40,000 naira a piece instead of whatever price that he sells, or Kuneren Twins, or David Wedge. Imagine how much richer they would be. Imagine if we can focus on merchandise for the poorest people that can buy a t-shirt for 1,000 naira and not 15,000 naira for a t-shirt. Imagine that we can sell music at 10 kobo per album and not $10 per album, how many more people could afford that? So I think we're caught up with the glim and glam of Hollywood, not understand that we have a Nollywood situation.
Yeah.
Indeed, as far as Nollywood has gone, Nollywood still has not reached the heights of Hollywood. Do you know, I don't know how you watch this movie called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know if you know that movie. It's a very old movie. It's was a musical when we were growing up. It was very popular. Sound of Music. Everybody heard of the Sound of Music, the movie.
Yeah.
Do you know that up to today in Nigeria, we cannot produce Sound of Music, which was shot in 1965? We cannot create, no, think about it now. Which Nigerian movie have you seen create Sound of Music, that quality up to now? So the problem is that we're shooting too high without focusing on the local market. And then there's some things that Dari said, which were very important, which is that everybody is right, but we can't all be right. Somebody definitely must be wrong. And that is why the law is the arbiter of fairness. Now, lawyers' jobs constitutionally is that they defend people no matter what the case is. It's your constitutional right to have a lawyer represent you. So by all means, artists, don't sign a contract without a lawyer. Please don't do that. Get a lawyer and try and get somebody who understands. Now, to round up, there's some points that have been made about globalization and localization at the same time. Post-COVID, the music industry is going to be in trouble. No doubt about that. Live music is going to drop. If you're talking about streaming, we don't have the streaming numbers or the infrastructure, so there's going to be hunger in the land. How do we now begin to recraft our partnerships and see how we can form local associations? How do we, like Diamond Platinum's, own radio stations and things that help to create wealth? So I think if we're able to do that, you'll see a change. My final point is this. Dear artists, remember that one day you'll be a record label owner someday. So how you treat your labels today is how you'll be treated tomorrow. And I'm glad that there are many people who have gone through that transition and understand how expensive and how difficult it is. And for you, dear labels, remember that it could be your brother, your sister that is tied to a record label that's wicked as well. So it needs to be a balance. But when all is said and done, what we do with this industry is building the wealth of a nation. It's not about me and you right now. It's about our children and the younger ones who will come and benefit. So let's think big time. Let's think visionary and not missionary. And that's my prayer for today, guys. Thank you, Pastor.
You're having a conversation tomorrow.
Thank you, Pastor Ubi. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you, co-pastor, for making that happen. You're having a very important conversation tomorrow. I want you to quickly tell us a few things you're going to have, because the conversation I want to listen to. Okay. So I want to quickly touch on that before we go.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. I'll be going live with a guy called Tuma Mbasa. He's an African from Rwanda and grew up in Congo, but he's now the most important person in YouTube globally in terms of urban music. And he basically created the hip hop category on Spotify, which at its peak had 9 million subscribers. He's worked in MTV, he's worked with Spotify, he's worked with Puff Daddy, he set up Revolt TV. So if you're talking about the business of entertainment, he really is at the center. And even most recently, he hosted Davido's listening party in New York. I happened to be there as well. So he's very vast, very passionate about Africa. And if you want to know about what's happening globally and how that affects the African music industry today, then you should tune in tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. On my page on IG Live. And follow the conversation. Let's educate ourselves. That's the most important thing. Let's educate ourselves so we can be better equipped for tomorrow.
Audu, thank you so much. I'll message you on I think we can have a conversation on who I think we can have on Saturday, because these conversations need to continue. Because what Baba Kenny did today, I've never heard him speak like that, and he came all out.
You see, and sir Kenny, as you're listening to this, I have utmost respect for you. I've talked about you many times. I don't know if you know, but everybody does, and you see, respect is earned. Today he spoke as not just an experienced person, but as a counselor to both parties. There's a way it can work out, and shout out to you, Obi Asika, Dari, Neola, Casey, and this actually will have many, many, many more people. And lastly, I also want to say just one thing about loyalty and just relationship, that You know, it's like the relationships I've had with people like Ice Prince or Emma and Co. These our relationships are beyond a contract, right? And I recall that very early we encouraged them to even set up their companies and set up their labels and to actually grow. And I think that if a relationship goes well, that's the kind of thing we want to. We want to see other people grow off of what we've done, and not to end here like you and Techno now. Techno's company or stuff is your success. You and Polo is your success. So there's nothing greater than that than birthing more success and not just being stuck at being number one forever. So, you know, shout out.
All right. Thank you so much, Audu. I really appreciate you for being part of this with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you to everyone. Comment section. Bizo, I see you. Casey. I see Casey. Thank you. Audu Maikori for coming on. Thank you, Biasika. Thank you, Baba Keke. I thank you so much for coming. Let me see. I can't even find everyone there. Tunji, thank you for coming. Princeton Beat, thank you for coming. Bond, thank you for coming. Shaka L, thank you for coming on. Niola, thank you for coming. Muna from Free Digital, thank you for coming. Mike from Free Digital, thank you for coming. T Bills, thank you for coming. Sean B, thank you for coming. Shen Caesar, thank you for coming. Efe Money, thank you for coming. LK Kudi, Captain Moore, King Lou, thank you for coming. Latasha Lagos, thank you for coming. Imanse Official, thank you for coming. Thank you to everyone. I can't even find anyone, but hey, let me just try. Thank you to everyone that came on the show today. I really appreciate you. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Kelvin, Paulo, thank you for coming. Dari, Ataladi, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow.